What's going on, you guys? So Jaime Munguia is looking like he may be a potential opponent for Canelo Alvarez this September. His team is very interested in the deal. They are overlooking it now as we speak. We may be hearing something soon, if not now, by the time I post this video. Now, Jaime Munguia last fought this past April against Dennis Hogan. A lot of people felt Dennis Hogan won that fight. Actually, he really did win that fight, but it was a controversial decision that was in the favor of Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia is a young fighter. He's 21, 22 years old. He shows a lot of potential. But he's very raw, and he seemed like he has a lot of building to do. After his last couple of performances, who many feel were questionable, especially the Hogan fight, is it? I think it's a good question to ask. Is he even ready for Canelo Alvarez, and what's the angle that Canelo's trying to play by fighting this kid? It's not like he was a hot shot prospect coming up through the ranks. Munguia, most of his fights prior to Saddam Ali most of his fights were in Mexico. And Saddam Ali himself was really a 147-pounder that had an opportunity to face old Miguel Cotto, and he beat Miguel Cotto, and Miguel Cotto ended up retiring shortly thereafter. Jaime Munguia Golden Boy felt that it was an opportunity to finesse Saddam Ali out of his belt. Jaime Munguia, much, 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 much more bigger than the undersized Saddam Ali, just dominated him and knocking him all over the ring. And Saddam Ali lost his belt. Now Jaime Munguia is the WBO champion of the 154-pound division. All right? But, Jaime Munguia seems to have had a bullseye on his back lately. Triple G, you heard, rumors that Triple G was looking to face Jaime Munguia. And now Canelo Alvarez stepped in and said, you know what? I'm about to take this guy from you, Triple G. Just finessing Triple G all over the place. It's almost funny how these two guys are kind of just really going back and forth with each other in and out of the ring. It's hilarious. But Canelo and Triple G allegedly was in negotiations for a third fight. Negotiations completely fell apart. We didn't really hear much about it on the details on how it fell apart. We just know it just fell apart. Triple G probably wanted so much money. He probably wanted this. He probably wanted that. He probably wanted his nails done. All types of shit, right? Even though Canelo's the A side, Canelo's the money man, Canelo's the guy who beat him. That fight fell apart. But anyway, nobody really wanted to see that fight anyway. Who really wanted to see Canelo Triple G 3? Not me. I don't want to see it again. I want to see these guys fight other fighters now. Because it's going to be some... Who cares how a third fight will play out? I feel that Canelo would win even more decisively in the third fight. You got Canelo's trying to fight everybody but the guys that matter. He's not trying to face Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo. He's skipping past guys like Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, who David Benavidez may or may not be ready for Canelo Alvarez, but he still would be a tough fight. Caleb Plant, he got a fight with Mike Lee coming up. I'm just going to probably talk about a little bit about Mike Lee so the fans can learn about who Mike Lee is. But he's not trying to fight Caleb Plant either. Canelo's not trying to fight guys who's fast on their feet, guys who got good, slick movement. He's not trying to fight these type of opponents. For whatever reason, Canelo's trying to... It's almost like... It's annoying at this point because Canelo told us after the Jacobs fight that he was looking to unify. He was trying to fight anybody. He's not avoiding anybody. But it's looking to me like he's avoiding certain fighters. He got two guys in his division that's worth fighting. But you could already give up the Jamal Charlo fight. He's definitely not fighting Jamal Charlo. That fight is not happening. Canelo got stripped of his belt, became the franchise champion for a reason. That shit ain't happening. But the Demetrius Andrade fight could happen. Now, I'm not sure at this point, as I'm making this video, did they send Demetrius Andrade an offer. But I'm almost certain that it will be a lowball offer that Andrade would be like, what the hell is this? Like, I can't take this. I'm a champion. I'm undefeated. I've been, you can't lowball me, man. You want something that I got, you got to pay me. It's just that simple. You know, they lowballed Sergey Kovalev out of a fight. Kovalev, he got mandatory obligations anyway. He got to face Anthony Yarde this August, I believe. So that leaves us with Jaime Munguia, because we know Canelo's not going to fight Jamal Charlo. And it's likely he's not going to face Demetrius Andrade this year neither. So they pulling up a green Jaime Munguia, you know, a guy who's really not ready for a fight with Canelo Alvarez, a guy who maybe somewhere down the line could be much better fighter than he is today, maybe with better training, maybe better trainers, can help him develop into a better fighter. But right now, Jaime Munguia is very green, and really, it's just a fight to put some asses in some seats, because it will put some asses in some seats if this fight is made in September. You know, that's the date Canelo usually fights, May and September. In September, they will pack the house. You know, it don't matter if the opponent can beat Canelo or not. He got the right opponent that is going to bring attention to his fight. You know, so Jaime Munguia's team seems very interested in this fight. You know, they're looking over the details, like I said, and it's likely that it will be happening. Jaime Munguia said he wanted to face Canelo in the past, and now this is his opportunity, and I don't think he's going to turn it down. I don't think he or his team is going to turn it down, because they're going to get offered quite a bit of money. It's an in-house fight. You know, it's an in-house fight. Golden Boy fight. They both fight on the zone. It's an in-house fight, all in-house. Demetrius Andrade is somewhat of an in-house fight as well. They fight on the same network. Different promotion companies, but they worked together before. But that fight can happen as well. I'm pulling for the Andrade fight. That's what I want to see. I want to see a great fight, a great matchup, a fight that we haven't seen already. A fight where we don't know what the outcome is going to be. You know? Jaime Munguia, unless he just levels up overnight since April, since this past April, unless he leveled up tremendous, like 3 or 4 levels, he's not going to beat Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is too experienced. He's been in there with too many people. Canelo Alvarez is really good. He's really a good fighter despite all the bullshit that surrounds him. You know, so that's pretty much all I got. We'll be hearing more soon on this subject with Jaime Munguia. He seems to be the man of the hour right now. You know, guys like Triple G been trying to get at him. You know, there's a lot of guys for 154 that Jaime Munguia didn't even fight yet. You know, killers. 154 is probably the most dangerous division. You know, everybody got a loss. Everybody got a loss except for Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia really should have a loss as well from his fight with Dennis Hogan. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.